MP OToole speaks about 2019 federal budget. Dan Kearns, The Standard, Durham. Early last week, the federal Liberal government unveiled their 2019 budget. Following its tabling, Durham MP Aaron O'Toole spoke to The Standard regarding his thoughts on this budget. "I'm very disappointed with the budget. It's an example of the Trudeau government trying to bribe Canadians with their own money," Mr. O'Toole said. The budget includes $22.8 billion in new spending. This budget underscores the reckless approach of the Trudeau government when it comes to the Canadian economy. The budget confirmed that the federal government will collect more than $27 billion in unexpected extra revenues due to higher taxes and rising employment. But the Liberals have decided to spend every cent and much more. They're running massive deficits when they are not needed. This puts Canada on very shaky ground if the economy slows further and guarantees future tax increases for Canadian families and employers, the Durham MP said in a press release. Mr. O'Toole said if they wanted to, the Liberal government could have decided to have a balanced budget and spend appropriately. The budget projects a deficit of about $19.8 billion for the 2019 to 2020 fiscal year. Within months of forming government, their economic promises went out the window, MP O'Toole said. The budget includes a commitment to connect all Canadians with high-speed internet by 2030. However, MP O'Toole said if the government wants to reach that target in that timeline, they would need to double or triple what they have currently earmarked to spend on the project. Aaron O'Toole was also critical of the new Canada Training Benefit. This program appears to be cobbled together with no serious thought and does not have employment of Canadians as the end goal. We need employers at the table, as retraining should be focused on securing a job and helping raise productivity levels in the economy. I met with Durham businesses that have trouble finding skilled employees, but the Canada Training Benefit does not connect the training with employment opportunities. It also does not even engage the provinces, who are the lead service providers for training. The Liberals have committed billions to this program that does not have a focus on jobs, he said in the press release. Overall, MP O'Toole said he feels the budget looks like it was slapped together at the last minute, and he thinks a lot of measures were rushed for the politics of it. Mr. O'Toole thinks this budget was meant to be a distraction from the SNC-Lavalin scandal, stating the Liberal government was hoping the news would be lost with the news of the budget. In the press release, the Durham MP spoke about the budget's impact on his riding. This budget does nothing to support the residents of Durham, thousands of General Motors and other workers in southern Ontario. Budget 2019 did not tackle the competitiveness issues facing businesses from tariffs, trade uncertainty, and higher taxes. Literally every week, I hear from small and medium-sized businesses that are questioning investment or expansion in Canada because of the high-tax, high-regulation environment. This is a crisis looming for the future because more than two-thirds of Canadians work for small and medium-sized businesses, he said. Footprints Christian Bookstore is closing. Colleen Green, The Standard. Saturday, April 13th will be Footprint's final day in operation. Ms. Henderson is retiring and moving up to Elliott Lake. I have worked all my life, usually 2 and 3 jobs, so now it's time to go to a Bible study. Maybe I will still play piano organ. When asked what prompted Pat to open the bookstore, she told The Standard, "I really felt God leading me to open a store." However, Pat initially questioned the wisdom of the request. I was like, "Seriously? I'm a church musician. I have a gospel choir. And now you want me to open a store?" But she kept getting a nudging, which just wouldn't go away. One day, she was passing a plaza and saw a sign, a huge for lease sign, so she went in and leased it. I opened the store as a ministry, not to become a millionaire. So while I was working my other job, it was fine. I had a really good time. When it would fall short, as it would every month, I would make up the shortfall. My accountant would say, "What are you doing?" He wasn't a Christian. But this is what I want to do and am led to do. So that's what I did, she said, smiling. According to Ms. Henderson, the greatest blessing of operating this ministry has been, I have met some amazing people and the growth that I personally have received. Over her years, Pat has had the opportunity to build relationships with many of her customers. Recently, a woman came in to thank her for her Christmas present. The woman's son had come in before Christmas and had no idea what to get his mother. But because Pat knew that mother loved reading Joyce Meyers, Pat recommended Joyce's new book. For the same reason Pat was prompted to open the store, she is being prompted to close the store. I have prayed about it a lot, and now is the time to stop in Lindsay. I define that as Lindsay because I am not yet sure what I will be doing with my stock. Her plan is to pack whatever leftover stock she has and leave it in the garage, then wait to be told what to do with it. It could be I am just to sit on it for a while. It could be I do fairs. I was thinking I could do a Christian exhibition twice a year, for 2 days each, which would sell stuff and then maybe have a concert at night. That would give me something to do for 6 months of the year, planning and organizing, which I love to do, posters and getting everything out there and booking stuff. Then I would only be locked down for 2 days twice a year. I have this plaque that I look at every morning when I get up. It is Philippians 4, be anxious for nothing. To be anxious is such a waste of energy. Because at no time did I think I would have a gospel choir, and I did it. At no time did I plan to have a Christian bookstore, and I did it. I have met wonderful people. I have learned so much about me. The knowledge of my faith has increased. And even to retire when I left insurance, I had no plan, except to work in the store for a while. Without the store, I don't know what I would have done. And because God knows, He in His wisdom knew what I would need when I left my job for healing. Then, speaking directly to me as she remarked, she continued, "It was the people who came in the store, people like your children, coming in and showing me that there are young people that are so in-depth in the Word, and people coming off the street, and young people buying Bibles. That is why I had the store." The Standard encourages everyone to drop into Footprints Christian Bookstore before it closes on Saturday, April 13th, to say hi to Pat and to purchase some inspirational items at fabulous prices. Footprints sells Bibles, devotionals, gift items, music CDs, videos, novels, and so much more. This is a sale not to be missed. We will miss you greatly, Pat, but we will meet again. Thanks for being there for us. God bless you in all your ways.
Family Cooking Project has kicked off in Kirkland, plus more fruit for area schools. Kawartha Lakes. Thanks to funding from the Luke 4 Foundation, Kawartha Lakes Food Source, KFLS, is able to pilot a family cooking project in Kirkfield. The Family Cooking Project has 10 families from Lady Mackenzie Public School in Kirkfield cooking and learning together. Families are provided with 3 recipes a week, along with the accompanying non-perishable and fresh ingredients they need that week. The recipes include a dinner, light lunch, and a snack or dessert. Heather Kirby, General Manager of KFLS, commented, "Special thanks to the Haliburton, Kawartha, Pine Ridge District Health Unit for partnering with KFLS and providing the nutritious and yummy recipes for the families." The goals of the Family Cooking Project are to help make better use of simple ingredients, strengthen the ability to stretch grocery money, improve health and family time, and to increase the confidence and skills of all family members in the kitchen. The pilot project is in week 4, and so far the response has been excitement and enjoyment. The students are excited to receive their weekly items and cannot wait to get home to try the new recipes. One of the parents said, "My son really enjoys the program so far and is already showing a love for cooking." The pilot wraps up at the end of May, and the families will have developed the skills and taste for new recipes. Ms. Kirby hopes the joy of simple, healthy meals will help the families to be a little more resilient. The new Luke 4 funding also increased fruit for KFLS's 21 existing schools and allowed for 3 additional schools, Bobcaygeon Public School, Dunsford Public School, and St. Luke Catholic Elementary School, to join the program. Organic farming using new tech to target taste, cut waste. Evelyn Swan, Kawartha Lakes. Lunar Rhythm Gardens lies just east of the Scugog-Manvers town line on Gray Road, putting it just inside the city of Kawartha Lakes border and just outside Scugog Township. Its geographic location is not important, though, because it's using current technology to bring fresh, nutritious food to a market or drop-off location convenient to customers. Under the Community Shared Agriculture (CSA) model, consumers pay in advance or installments for a share of a grower's produce, whether there is a bounty or crop failure, thus sharing the risk and the benefits of small-scale agricultural production. As many gardeners know, some vegetables grow in abundance, and some are not well loved by all. But until now, CSA shareholders got their share whether or not they liked it or could use it. The new online portal called Harvey allows consumers to pick and choose their favorite foods from the Gray Road Farm's produce and either pick it up weekly at the farm or at one of 4 delivery locations, explained farm owner Jessica Foote. We often wondered what families did with all their produce, and we suspected that a fair bit got thrown out. I hate waste. Readers can see the feature at www.harvey.farm/profile/lunar-rhythm-gardens. Jessica, husband John Florence, daughter Jessalyn, father Dave Foote, and an ever-changing cast of employees work year-round to supply vegetables and some fruit, eggs, and meat to shareholders. Delivery locations this summer will be in Brooklyn, Bowmanville, Port Perry, and Lakefield. The 100-acre farm, certified by Cambrai agency ProCert, has 20 acres dedicated to produce that will be easier to keep watered this summer. A well was drilled last year and will allow for drip irrigation of newly planted seedlings and seeds and for microspraying of small greens, much to the relief of John, who spent many hours on the tractor watering from a portable tank, laughed Jessica. The well will also provide pasture water for the farm's beef cattle, who will be eating much more grass as part of an intensive rotational grazing plan. Even though CSA shares are limited to 150 for the summer season, the enterprise also attends farmers markets in Millbrook, Port Perry, Peterborough, and Lakefield. Add a few wholesale customers, and the volume The investment in a bunch of washers capable of cleaning more produce with less water than the current system will also reuse some water and save labor. Its installation will help achieve waste reduction goals and is eagerly anticipated. As Jessica hates wasting food, the processing building is being fitted with a health department certified kitchen, which will allow for on-farm processing of excess produce, which could be sold in a new on-farm store this fall. Animals and insects play an integral part in food production at Lunar Rhythm Gardens. Horses are used to plow fields, bees are welcomed to the property as part of a pollinator attraction tree planting scheme, and manure is managed as part of the soil enrichment and fertilization plan. Biodiversity keeps expenses down and fertility up, said Jessica, recalling reports of doubled yields from tree-lined, diversely cropped fields. While the garden's CSA concept provides a variety of quality vegetables at an affordable price and supports small-scale, environmentally and community-oriented food production, it is also a way to experience directly how food is grown, reestablish a social community around food, and keep local money in the community. Farming could be a lonely job, said Jessica, but bringing the customers to the farm and meeting them at the markets makes it much more social. And we love our apprentices. They become family. The Foote and Florence family employs apprentice farmers through the Collaborative Regional Alliance for Farmer Training, CRAFT, Kawartha Network, a process that requires investing valuable time teaching people during the busiest time of the year. To assist with production demands, Jessica and John also hire migrant workers and hourly help, injecting more funds into the economy. Surrounding Lunar Rhythm Gardens are huge fields of conventionally farmed crops, grown with much different methods and inputs. Yet as Jessica describes her business and efforts to develop and adapt to changing markets and climates, she echoes the same desire to be profitable and sustainable as her neighboring farmers. We're all human, we're all the same inside, she said, and we all need to keep our land healthy and productive to feed future generations.
The Standard Podcast was produced by Greenstream Studio for the Standard newspaper.